Shivaya. Om Namah 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 Shivaya. Graceful acceptance. Accepting gracefully what I cannot change. God gave me the serenity to accept gracefully what I cannot change. To accept gracefully what I cannot control. When I look at my past, I recollect many incidents when I felt hurt. My feelings were hurt. My dignity was hurt. I felt rejected. When I look at the past, I can recollect many such events. Because I had to confront people who were more powerful than me, who were stronger than me. And very often I found myself helpless. These feelings of rejection, insult, hurt were not resolved. I always felt that the person who hurt me was wrong, was cruel. I also felt that my hurt and consequent resentment were justified. Feeling of hurt creates resentment towards the person who hurt me, would create an anger towards the person who hurt me. I always felt that my anger was justified. As a result, this resentment and anger, which have piled up in my mind, have not been resolved. They have not been dealt with. And this can quite likely make me sad in the present. This built-up resentment and anger makes me sad. A sense of helplessness makes me sad, unhappy. It is quite likely that unhappiness or sadness that I feel in the present may have been the result of the accumulated resentment and anger. That I was treated in an unjust manner may be right. But on account of justifying my resentment and anger, they have piled up in my mind. And I am the one who has to pay the price in terms of sadness. For the peace of my own mind, it is necessary to resolve or neutralize those feelings of hurt and resentment. For that, I have to become larger than what I am. Resentment and anger come from a small heart. For example, a mother does not feel angry or resentful towards the child who may misbehave. That is because the mother is large-hearted, accommodative. And the misbehavior of the child is accommodated. It does not leave any anger in the heart of the mother. That is true with many saints also. That in spite of being insulted, they did not swerve from their nature of compassion and love. To be happy, we also have to try to become a saint, to become as large-hearted as I can, to become as accommodative as I can. Because that is most beneficial to myself. more large-hearted I am, more I am at peace with myself. And more I am at peace with myself, happier I am. Happiness is a state of mind. With anger and resentment, I create unhappiness for myself. With compassion and accommodation, I create happiness for myself. It is up to me to create unhappiness for myself or to create happiness for myself. To create happiness for myself, I should try to resolve, neutralize the resentment and anger that may have built up in my mind towards some people who appeared in my life in the past. In my mind, I can bring back the picture of a person who I remember has hurt me. Because of partiality, because of injustice, because of cruelty. If I respond to the behavior of that person, there's definitely anger in me. That unjust behavior triggers anger from me. I have deliberately replaced the anger by the opposite feeling. Just as we neutralize acid by adding alkali base, so also we neutralize resentment and anger by compassion and accommodation. How can there be compassion towards a person who has been unjust to me, who has been unfair to me? For that, I have to become larger than what I am. I deliberately try to look at the person behind hurtful behavior. That a person who hurt me by physical action or by words was feeling a pressure from within himself or herself. The pressure coming from their own past experiences, where anger or resentment are built up in their own mind. I just happen to be there as a trigger. I happen to trigger the pain, hurt that that person had stored in their own mind. And that person reacted with a hurtful behavior. Because a happy person would not hurt anybody. That is called happiness, when we are accommodative. However, the person whose behavior was hurtful was not a happy person, was himself or herself a person in pain. I try to visualize that pain in the heart of that person. How that pain would have created pressure in that person. And how, because of that pressure, the person would have behaved the way that person did. All such hurtful behavior, all this insulting behavior shows helplessness of that person who cannot control the impulses, who becomes helpless under the pressure of their own impulses. That time, the culture or the education or the dignity of the person have no influence. When I see helplessness behind a violent behavior, when I see helplessness behind hurtful behavior, if I focus my attention on that helplessness and pain, then sympathy arises from me. Important thing is to discover sympathy for that person. Sympathy not for the behavior of the person. Sympathy for that inner pain and the pressure that the person was suffering from. The helplessness that the person felt. At that time, the free will does not come into play. At that time, one's culture or education do not come into play. It is that pressure and helplessness that control the person. When I see that in my mind, there does arise in me a sympathy. The sympathy brings about accommodation or forgiveness. My own resentment and anger get neutralized by the sympathy and accommodation. Now I am a better person than what I was before. I am a more large-hearted person than what I was before. A healthy sympathy, a healthy accommodation, which does not leave any pain behind. Then my mind is at peace. Thus I accept my past gracefully. I accept my past as something that was necessary for me to grow. Even the pain that I experienced may also have been necessary for me to grow. If that pain makes me a more large-hearted person. When thus there is graceful acceptance of the past, as my mind becomes free from resentment and anger, as my mind gets filled with sympathy and accommodation, I discover a greater peace within myself. It is ignorance that makes people what they are. It is ignorance that makes people behave as they do. And ignorance is not anybody's fault. It is what someone has brought. When I understand this, I become more accepting, graceful acceptance. Brings about freedom and peace in my mind. Chidananda-rupah Shivoham Shivoham Chidananda-rupah Shivoham 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 Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om